There's a white woman afoot. No, not for 120. Damn sure not for 120. I like them. I actually like them. There's gonna be a lot of yapping and crying at first, but then when I start to put them on and skate, and then immediately they grow on me. Oh, it's like a if a dunk had like a older, like a bigger, slow cousin kind of. They're a little slow, but they cool and they cool. They just they slow. They on the spectrum. You family, so I love you, but you retarded. Oh, so here they go. They just right away just bombard me with a sticker. Still not worth 120. Okay, at least they finally gave something. Like there is no description on the website listed, or any meaningful one. This might just be the same copy pasted, or the same thing that's on the internet. That was at least there's some type of display of. It's still not worth 120. That is a fucking outsole. Holy, that is heavy. In here, is this cement? Is this cement right here? They're about to. Somebody about to get thrown off a bridge with their shoes filled with cement. This is a. So upon getting the shoe, I'm not mad, and then skating the shoe, I'm really not mad. But the price is bullshit. The price is there's no justification for it to cost $120. You're not gonna get that worth out of it unless you don't blow through your shoes. I'm like 3 to 4 weeks, 4 being exceptional, three being acceptable, but nowhere near at the price tag this is coming in. It costs 120 because it can. Basically, it's what it is. It's a money grab. It's some hype shit. It's some bullshit. So far, it's hitting like your average pair of proper Nikes right now. There's the higher end of things, the mid range, and then the low range. It's just the bullshit price. Right now, yeah, it's definitely gonna be on like the proper end of things. And we'll see if it hits on the higher end of things, but it's not going to hit on the lower range of things right now. At least from what I can surmise from my experience right now. At least the PS8, with all the issues it had, it was innovative and it was loaded with tech. Now, it may not have delivered for me, but it didn't make it a bad shoe and just overpriced for the sake of being overpriced and stuff. Even if that motherfucker probably was too. Right, there's a general memes of overpricing something, but that one's all new. It didn't have the hype of, oh, now you got an Air Force, another Air Force, oh, Air Force, well, for Air Force. I run from Air Forces. Most motherfuckers run from Air Force. What's going to happen when the black colorway drops and everybody got the black forces and you know they all fucked up? You see how skaters skate. You see how this shit. I'm be running from everybody. Nigga. Almost gave the fuck up, though. So that lack of work, it's not really messing with me. But I'm definitely a little different in that regard. I have a little more tolerance for the most part at this point. So yeah, that lack of board feel and that squareness and the stiffness, that's not my issue. My issue is a me thing right here. They start to hit a little bit more, but yeah, of course it's not gonna do any real damage. These might be pretty cool with how thick that is. As long as that thickness actually does something, like comes with some additional longevity. So it looks like it's a little square. The toe box is definitely square. Towards the tip. But yeah, this is insane. I might just, oh my goodness. It's something I might just wear just to wear. So I forgot to take the cement block out of this. No, so these are just those are pretty damn heavy. And you feel it specifically with the heel. Okay, that is a heavy shoe. I got 10.5, typically I'm 11, 10.5 to 11. Usually I run 11. Oh, that's a nice fit. So I would go true to size. I like a little bit of space. It's 10.5, I do have that space. And it's brand new, so as time goes on, I'm gonna break down the materials and there's gonna be more room. Yeah, that is a nice fit. That tongue is, again, aggressively thick. That is. Excuse me, child labor. We're here, that thing thick. Yep, there's no flex. That was my hand. There's no flex. I wish there was more padding here. There's not even padding here. That's crazy. They put it all in the goddamn, they redistribute the goddamn, the padding. Yeah, that's actually underwhelming in terms of the collar. Why would they do that? Why would they do that? But that feels, oh, that feels good already. I don't even got it tied. Little AF-1 flip right here. That's I could probably break that off right here. Not actual metal, some plastic, right? Or some type of, it's a troll thing. Yeah, the board feel is just, there's no board feel, there's no way. But these don't look, it just look normal. It just looks like an Air Force kind of. So I was not surprising that, I was not expecting, I guess just, I was gonna say the padding up a lot more, but I damn sure didn't expect this thick ass outsoles. As in thick, protective, like all of that. That is a built outsole. I would cry if I don't have any impact protection somehow. Big and thick for nothing. So it's pretty damn stiff, pretty damn rigid, a little bit less when you start to skate it, but no, overall it's just, yeah, it's about that. It's thick. It's thick as hell. So hopefully that comes with meaningful longevity. Sturdy back panel. So ultimately, more so because it's snug, to the extent of the padding that it does have, again, primarily in the tongue and the very back end against your ankle. The sides aren't there, whatever, but there's enough. But with that snug, it just, yeah, so they're comfortable, plenty comfortable. There's just no cloud-like additional softness to that comfort. It's more structured and supportive and comfortable in that regard. And again, because it just has that snug and padding in enough areas, but it can have some more. And the insoles, whatever, it's decently padded. But in addition to that thick outsole, you definitely get a nice feel on your foot. It'd just be nice if there was that cloudiness to it, or an element of that cloudiness to it in addition, and you get that type of comfort as well. But it hits on other aspects of comfort is what I'm saying. What are you saying? Stop saying anything. Sidewall is actually pretty thin. Right here is padding for sure, but right here is pretty thin, this panel, which shouldn't matter, but the suede is pretty, it's layered, so it's thick enough. And with how beefy this outsole is, all that's gonna make contact before this substantively. So it's not just, the outsole is not just tall, like taller, it's like also some width to it, and then it's stiff. So it's like all those things in tandem that are just making for this, man, it looks good looking down. So maybe it looks like it has potential to be something great. It's really just this funky ass outsole, and the squareness to it too. I can deal with that too. It's just really the outsole. So maybe it's just a thing when you break it in, it's gonna be a delicious shoe. Or maybe it'll stay on some goofy shit. But this right now is just stiff all around. Board feel, I didn't even know I was standing on my board, was I? Yeah, there's no board feel. Yeah, the only advantage they have right now is a good amount of width to them, especially in comparison to other Nikes. That's a pretty standard. But again, most of that, it's thick as hell. So this is really thick. Might be a little soft. It's kind of hard. It's pretty firm. Not really soft. which is fine or whatever, but that's crazy because most of the protection, first of all, is going to come from this very thick outsole, extremely thick. But the insole is on the thicker side too. Usually when you got a thick outsole or thick insole, you reduce the thickness of the other, so you get some type of board feel. But in this case, they said, okay, you ain't about to feel the board under any circumstances. Yeah, so you can easily pop your own insole in here and not feel like your foot is too high, because look how thick that is. Yeah. Yeah, ain't nothing really wrong with these. The most amount of damage is on that very tip and on the star pattern, the gun part of the outsole. A little bit of the stitching kind of scuffed, not really coming out, but
keep it gangsta, dog. Keep it gangsta. Keep it gangsta.
here we go. See how that's grippy? And this is on some, yeah, so this is some, yeah, so take that into account. If you got pretty worn down grip, is there's going to be some slip to it. There's going to be some slip to it, but fear not. If you got anything remotely better, let alone new, it's plenty grippy. It's actually really grippy. But that is something to take into account. That foy right there, the New Balance foy, is going on like 3 weeks of skating and everything. So it is something with the grip specifically. So just make sure your grip tape is up to par and you'll be good. Yeah, so actually this grip is just shit. It is mob, they're both mob, but this is that mirror one, different type. And yeah, you can just see the glistening. So these are gonna be your standard sticky, if not excessively sticky. It seems like still like a little bit of slip, but like nothing substantive. And this is older, it's been sitting in the car longer. This was lighter to begin with, it looks more faded, but that's just how it came. It came faded, so it's ashy like me, is what I'm trying to say. So I feel like I didn't waste too much time, doing it on that, because not everyone's gonna have like the newest grip anyways. Just take that into account. I almost want to just set that other one up and run another 100 now that I know I can. Still nothing. A little bit on the lasers, but nothing else really. Oh shit. Oh yeah, that looks like a lot more. At this point, get my damn shadow out the way. So yeah, there's definitely a lot more damage at this point. I had to start zooming, because I didn't think nobody would believe me when you see that it's not. Okay, now that's taking a little more, but it wasn't really doing much more damage. Yeah, the thickness of this outsole is actually insane. Now these skate shoes are, am I supposed to go hiking and climb some mountains? But this shit is crazy. It's a thick sidewall, and then from the bottom it's thick too. Severe lack of flex, but you can make it flex for sure, especially with all your weight in it. There's not even really an attempt at flex, it looks like. These right here might do it, but, or you would think would do it, but they're not even doing nothing. So in terms of the break-in and the lacking of board fill, and yeah, so the upper is stiff, outsole is stiff. You really got to break in all those aspects. It's a lot less stiff and broken a lot better than I thought it would. I'm still breaking it in, but also keep in mind I have a higher tolerance for those type of shoes to a certain extent. These are gonna be stiff as hell for you. Chances are, unless you're kind of in the same boat. I didn't even realize the 933s were like that aggressively stiff until after I stepped back for a while. So yeah, I'm fucked up in the head. Okay, so you expect that for sure, and it's definitely the lack of board fill. That's partially like overstated on my end. You're gonna be lacking in board fill, and it's gonna be stiff. It's gonna be stiff. Okay, it's going to be stiff. Okay, it will be stiff. And then now that just sound like I'm giving a pep talk to a whiskey dick. Can't get up for nothing. What the hell going on here? One last time, one more time. I'm 75 years old with a whiskey dick, and I can't work, and I can't hit.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.